Alchemy! So great to see you, darling. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Oh, you're perfectly fine. We're finally getting into Heavensward today, so that's going to be a wonderful blast of an adventure. Silent Squall, thank you for the follow. It's a busy morning today. I was not expecting this. Why is the matching not working? That is weird. Oh, last playing, no game. Thank you for the follow. Glad you're here. We got a little bit of time before we kick into things. But today we finally made it. It took us... I'm going to go find out because I have been curious. Add in one more video. $21 streams to make it to Heavensward. It's a lot of cutscenes. You know what? We are going to go ahead and try to maximize our time. I'm going to cut everything short, and we are going to go ahead and go live. Hello and welcome, everybody. I am Trenner276. I am your Eorzean liaison today, and today we're on Lil'Wolf. We're continuing our story. Last time, we did it. We finally beat all of A Realm Reborn, all the post-game content and everything. 21 streams. 21 streams of cutscenes and adventures. Today, we continue on. We finally get into Heavensward. Let us go pick up our first quest. Coming to ISHGARD.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to ISHGARD, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Elfiner.
So for those of you a little confused, at the end of the last stream, we got through all of A Realm Reborn. At the very end, we have been framed for killing the Queen of Uldar.
Lord Orchiffon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortal. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper. Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To ISHGARD then, together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Hear, hear!
All the Lalafels are just so stinking cute. I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the Gate of Judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then. So before we go on and do that, we have another quest. It's back in Ul'dah. No. Let me use my return. It is our next Paladin quest. Now don't worry, we're not going to get arrested. We're going to go to the Chamber of Rule. We live in troubling times, Lil'Wolf, as you well know. That is why it is more important than ever that the Sultan-sworn stand ready to serve as the sword and shield of the Sultanate, who just got killed. For a time, I feared that our order was doomed, but then you helped us to restore our good name. Your shining example inspired many young men and women to seek us out. Even as we speak, they train to hone their skills. A few words of encouragement from the famed Free Paladin himself would do much to motivate them further, I should think. Perhaps you would consider paying them a visit at Camp Bluefog. Sure. Out to Camp Bluefog. Oh, wrong direction. Well met. It's been ages since we last spoke, certainly not since you helped us to recover the crown. At the moment, Phyllis and I are conducting drills with the new recruits at the East Watchtower. They'll be thrilled to see you, I'm sure. And off he walks and disappears into the aether. Since we all know you're a man of few words, I thought we might forego the speech and instead ask you to favor us with a display of swordsmanship. We've laid out bait for the basilisks already. In fact, you need only wait for them to come. Okay. But there's one right there. There we go. There's the chocobo. Truly a rousing performance. Thank you. Ah! I skipped it. I'm sorry. I think it's safe to say that the recruits will long remember this day. As will I. And now we go back to Ulda. Welcome, Lil'Wolf. I gather the recruits took your lesson to heart? Would that I had some way to repay you, some knowledge or technique to bequeath to you. I am humbled to admit there's nothing I can teach you. All I can offer you is my heartfelt thanks. Pray, go forth, my friend, and continue to defend the people of Ulda and Eorzea at large. Begging your pardons, Lil'Wolf. We need to talk, but not here. At the dispatch yard, outside the city. What's going on, Papa Shan? Alright. To the dispatch yard. What should be... Steps of Nald. There's Papa Shan. Ah! Thank you for coming, Lil'Wolf. You must be wondering why I called you here. It concerns Sulkzagel, Jinlin's predecessor. As you may recall, he continues the search for Oathkeeper, the sword stolen from us by the Monoterrus minions. From time to time, he sends me missives, sharing with me his latest discoveries. His most recent one contained a startling claim. He wrote that he had found the sword, at long last. But that was some time ago, and he has not contacted me since. I would not trouble Jinlins with this news, not until I learn what has become of Sulkzagel. At the very least, will you help me find him? Yeah, I knew I could count on you. For now, all I know is that his last missive came to me by way of ISHGARD. Once I learn more, we can begin the search in earnest. Next Paladin quest will be available at level 52, which we already need. Ah, just the man I was hoping to see. I now know from where Sulkzagel sent his last missive to me. Falcon's Nest, a hamlet in the Korthus Western Highlands. It is there I would have you begin your search. Reclaiming Oathkeeper would do much to restore the honor of the Sultan Sworn. But we must not get ahead of ourselves. First, we must find our missing man. Alright, so it's going to be a bit before we can go there. We haven't unlocked that area yet. Alright, so with that, back to Camp Dragonhead. No, what are you then? Oh, it's the fate. Don't understand it. There should be background music. But there's not. Words of House 410. Ah, yes, you may pass. Proceed to ISHGARD. First thing we're going to do, after we watch the cutscenes, go attune.
And so they came, at a friend's behest. Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came. To ISHGARD, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Halone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and his companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortemps. Heavensward. Woohoo! We made it! We finally made it. Okay. Before we talk to anybody here, we're going to go attune. We'll spend a little bit of time running around the city, attuning to all the little aetherites. Greeting, Master Arison. On behalf of House Fortem, I bid you welcome to ISHGARD. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. if you would all come with me. Alright. Like I said, we're going to spend a little bit of time. We're going to go around and collect a few things. First area is not too confusing. The second, over in the pillars, that one's a little bit confusing. They have ups, downs, and turns arounds, and loop-de-loops. It's fun. And this will be a quest that we take up shortly. This will be our Mechanist class. But maybe I'll put a poll out. And we'll see if I should switch classes or try to tough it out on the Paladin. Let's sprint. Alright, so there's that area. Now we get to come up here to the pillars. This is one of the first things you always want to do in a new area, especially a new city. Run around, get all the aetherites. I know it's a little boring for the stream, but believe me, if you do this first things first, it is always the best thing. This allows and facilitates for travel so much easier. The Heat of Battle 2 is active. And Jackpot. Oh, we need to go check our tickets and everything. Oh, maybe not our tickets. This is where we can become a Dark Knight. It's another tank class. And that's Astrologian. It's a healer class that uses a deck of cards. Specifically, I believe the tarot deck modified. Not something we will be getting into. I am not a good healer. So we've got this aetherite down here, and then we just got this one in the center. Now you might be wondering, well, where's the Kokobo Porter? Don't know. We'll find out though. That I can assure you. Alright. Should just have to run through here, hit that one, and we'll be done. Alright, close this. We have our Aethernet. We have Horsefont. Yes, I will always butcher their names. Alright, we have attuned to all of the ISHGARD Aetherites. We now have access to Korthus Central Highlands. The Warrior of Light and his brave companions, walking the streets of ISHGARD at last. What a glorious sight. I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present to you my family home, Fort Temp Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends. Introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Forton, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Forton, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Forton.
The honor is mine, Master Alpino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to ISHGARD.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that ISHGARD's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies, don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Alright. Though our friends in House Fulton have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home, so that we might become more self-sufficient. Now, it'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. To swim a tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall, of course, do as you suggest. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. But I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. Their documentation is in order, I trust? Yes, my lord. Those documents identify you as wards of House Fulton. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Fulton. But let us hope, It shall not come to that. Rest assured that we will do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Lil'Wolf, Tartaro, the city awaits. Pardon me. Let's go. Alright, where to first? Aha! Quest accepted. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hoplon, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the jeweled Crosia, where you may purchase all manner of goods and services before descending to Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza, if there are no questions. Alright. And they all vanish. Go figure. They are straight up the hill. The Hoplon, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in ISHGARD. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both ISHGARD's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thordan's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphino. They are the fathers of ISHGARD, the brave knights who joined with King Thordan the First to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars, time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the jeweled Crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elais, our master of the markets. Either side is the nearest aetheryte. And this is why I ran around and got all the aetherytes, because poof, now we're here. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... Ah, wards of House Fulton. How very interesting. Count Edmont has granted us leave to remain in ISHGARD for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will have needs of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable. Young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrements, medicine, materials, whatever you desire, it can be found in the Crozier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Aetheryte Plaza and Foundation, if everyone is ready. Alright. come down. Nope, not you. Down to here and back to the plaza. See, so much easier getting around when you already have them all unlocked. Here we have Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the Aetheryte, it would be wise to do so now. Nothing's good, we'll take the silver. As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? The Skysteel Manufactory stands to the west. There, our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The Holy Stables, where Kokobos are trained for war in that direction. Ambro, thank you for the biddies, buddy. Busy with work, so you're going to be lurking. Appreciate the lurk. It's always appreciated. I need to sit up. My chair keeps falling back on me. The Holy Stables, where Kokobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our knights most heavenly, while to the south and east, well, it would be best you avoided that area. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alphino. Hold your nose when ye pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. Ye misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveler. Oh, come to see the sights, have ye? Take a turn down the hoplon and gawp at the statues. Wahaha, well, if ye've a mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Knight, if your nursemaid'll let you. My humblest apologies, Master Alphino. Pray, pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Knight for myself. I trust you see the wisdom in this, Lil'Wolf. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Then I'm coming too. Aha, there we go. Knew it was around here somewhere. The Forgotten Knight. Whee! Must say, this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We but recently arrived in ISHGARD and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her more notable establishments, Master Gibberlant. Gibberlant? Just Gibberlant will do. I'm going to call you Gibberl. And I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. I can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's a decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, could not help but note a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Aye. Up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs where we offer a menu more suited to their tastes. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits. All quality, mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the broom, if I may ask? Because when the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick, it's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. And it's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the wards and started tearing up the city, it was the broom that got the worst of it. While the pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the temple knights, more than a few people are still sore about that, mind. Which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below, and something sharp in your boot, just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphino, I think it would be best if we return to Fortemps Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Totteru, I'm afraid that is out of the question. My lord the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place, least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Totteru? Look around, Alphino. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please. Do you know how often I looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? If I had a gill for every unwelcome caller I've driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it, then. Totteru, Lil'Wolf, and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by link pearl if you require assistance. I will. They're just so cute. Those Lalafels. Alright. Back to the manor. I'm gonna go in and turn off the Paladin quest for now. To, I think it's the last vigil, I want to say. Yes, the last vigil. Come talk to the guard, he'll let you in the house. Or the manor. Sorry, the manor. It's not a home, it's a manor. Tell us then, Master Alphino, does ISHGARD meet with your expectations? That which I imagine pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took. And when those steps took me past the scars left by the wyverns in Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating. The casualties, unspeakable. The wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children, were given no quarter. Sir Aymeric has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There is much to be done. Yet, alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord. After all you have done for us, we would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness. That is a most generous offer, Master Alphino. You are guests in my home, to whom I've extended my hospitality without obligation, let or lien. Nevertheless, ISHGARD's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What would you ask of us? From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Master Ariston, could ask for no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself. A man with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Arturl and Emmanuelin in their duties. I beg your pardon. I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guest's assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues, by the Fury. The two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station and show Master Ariston the respect he deserves. This is the man who slew Gaius Van Belsar, and some half-dozen primals besides. He is not here to steal your glory, or serve as your errand boy. If you can pardon them their impropriety, Master Ariston, I should be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. My thanks. Fury willing, they may even learn something from you. Alright. 'Twould seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. In truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, House Fulton has taken a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to ISHGARD at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so, he would have us publicly serve ISHGARD, whilst simultaneously keeping his sons in check. 'Tis an arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who know something of our missing comrades. And as you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make new acquaintances in ISHGARD. Mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. Oh, paths, choices, and choices. Shall we be off then, old boy? Ah, but where are my manners? Emmanuelin de Fortemps, second son of Count Edmond de Fortemps. Trueborn, that is. Yes, I know what you're thinking, and you are absolutely right. What ill fortune to be born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. Oh, my brother would never cut me off, 'tis true, but who could be satisfied subsisting on a meager allowance, forever overshadowed by his sibling? Not I, old boy, not I. Which is why I need your help to ensure that this business in the sea of clouds goes swimmingly, so that the tales of my great deeds can win me a place in the people's hearts, or better yet, raise me higher in their estimations than Arturial. Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary hero to help do my bidding. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, don't look at me that way. I jest. Anyway, we are to aid the good men and women of House Hallinart. They have ever been steadfast friends to our house, though they've fallen on hard times since the calamity. Poor blighters. As for what precisely we will be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? Just come along with me to the airship landing. We'll need to take the airship to Camp Cloudtop. Alright. We'll leave the other one for when we get done with this side quest. Or, well, this main quest. This is where the quest splits into two, and you have to finish helping both before you can go anywhere. We're going to take the Aethernet shard over to the the Athenium Astrologicum. Pronounce it right one day. Because this is where we go. This is our airship landing. Are you ready to depart, sir? The airship bound for Camp Cloudtop will be leaving shortly. Yes, we will go. Woo. Pilot.
Upon an airship, conceived within the fecund mind of Sid Garland, renegade prodigy of Garlemald, would come to call Eorzea home. High into the heavens, where isles of earth and stone floated as clouds, a frontier the knights of ISHGARD had scarce begun to explore. To a fledgling outpost, within the sea of cloud, where careworn scouts ever scanned the skies for winged shadows, he came.
Alright, Camp Cloudtop. Speak to Emin. Awfully cold up here. I mean, Korthus may not be blessed with the warmest weather in the world, but compared to this, it seems positively balmy. And of course, our hero, who is wholly unperturbed. You don't have to maintain that strong, silent persona all of the time, you know. Never mind. We need to find Lady Laniette. She's in charge of the garrison here. Oh, when we find her, just follow my lead. Yes? Excellent. Alright. Here's our Kokobo Keep. Remember, click through, make sure they add you to their register so that they, so you can use them in the future. Come over here and attune to our Aetheryte. Now to go find where we need to go. All the way down there. Oh no. Let's see here. How did we get down? Ah, over there. And we running. I think, if I remember correctly, can I not see them yet? Does not appear that we can. I don't know if there was one there or not. I'm looking for the Aether Currents. They're going to be little balls, kind of look like the wind spirits, but they're going to be actual spheres, and we're going to want to get them so that we can learn flying in this area. Matter of fact, if I come over to travel, I want to say Aether Currents, but as we see, I haven't unlocked it yet. Might need to go back to ISHGARD and go down the other path first. Because I know for sure that there should be one around in this area. We might need to go look into that dragon. Hello, my dragon. Everybody go check out Dragon. She is a wonderful cook and my wonderful wife, who is currently busy working. Alright. Laniette. Master Ariston, welcome. I am Ser Laniette de Halonart. Halonart? Commander of the forces stationed here at Camp Cloudtop. Strange though it may sound, I have long dreamed of meeting you. I am in your debt, you see, and shall ever remain so. Were it not for you, my younger brother, Francel, would have been executed upon the word of a false inquisitor. Alas, a knight must go where duty demands, and thus I have been unable to seek you out. But by the grace of Halone? I'm just going to say Halone. I know I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sorry. I have been granted an opportunity to thank my brother's savior in person, and to call upon his generous aid besides. Truly, I know not what I would have done to deserve this double blessing. 'Tis a pleasure to see you again, my lady. Laniette, you cut an elegant figure as always. A steel-clad rose, equally at home on a battlefield or in a ballroom. Lord Emmon, if it is not too much to ask, I should be grateful if you would allow me to finish speaking with Master Ariston. Camp Cloudtop was established to provide early warning of impending Dravanian incursions. The high elevation afforded by the floating isles make it ideal for this purpose. Naturally, it also makes us a ready target for attack. We are not defenseless, however. The Protector, our largest and most advanced airship, is capable of downing all but the mightiest dragons. Alas, as you may have noticed, it is currently undergoing repair. What is worse, our efforts have been hampered by an indigenous beast tribe known as the Vanu Vanu, with whom we have had several skirmishes already. No beastman is a match for a man of ISHGARD. Bring me a birdman and I'll show him a thing or two. I fear much and more may be asked of you in the days to come, Master Ariston. Alright. While I understand Count Edmont's intentions, I would rather not waste valuable time ensuring that the young lord doesn't get trampled underfoot. True, it is entirely possible that he may learn something from his experience, but if left to his own devices, I think it far more likely that he will make a mess of things. Tell him that I would like him to keep watch for Dravanian outflyers. Then, when you have a moment to speak with his manservant in private, make it clear that it is his responsibility to keep Emmon from shirking his duty. A request from Laniette. Why didn't she think to ask me in person? Surely she must see me standing here, but a few yalms away. Oh, never mind. What is it? A mission. Yes, of course. That is why I'm here. I shall do as my lady asks. Ah, Master Ariston. I do not believe I have properly introduced myself. My name is Honoret, and I serve at the pleasure of Lord Emmon. Lady Lionette would have me accompany Lord Emmon on his mission? I understand completely. I will do my utmost to keep him out of harm's way. Were he of another house, mayhap I would not feel obliged to go to such lengths to preserve his safety and dignity. In any case, I appreciate you speaking to him for me. It would seem he actually listens to you. at least more so than others. Or mayhap you're more skilled at this than most. I suspect you have had to humor your fair share of difficult men before. Still taking the silver. Now that Emmett is out of harm's way, we are free to discuss matters of actual import, such as our struggles with the Vanu. We first encountered the Vanu several years ago, when we had just begun to explore the Sea of Clouds. After an exchange of pleasantries and gifts, we received permission to construct a permanent lookout post. There was peace between our people for half a year, until suddenly, for reasons unknown, their attitudes toward us changed. They began to attack our foraging parties without provocation, forcing us to rely more heavily on supplies flown in from ISHGARD. But words are no substitute for first-hand experience. Go and see Sir Mariel. She could use your assistance. Okay. Master Ariston, I presume. Lady Laniette told me you were coming. I hear tell you've never faced a Vanu before. Well, spend enough time on patrol and you're sure to cross paths with them eventually. These birdmen are native to the Floating Isles. I say birdmen, but they're not at all like the Ixal, unless that Ixal's mother was a Gygus. Here, let me mark several locations on your map. If you discover any Vanu in these areas, kill or drive them away. Alright. Did you just meow at me? Keeping watch. Keeping watch. No, you gotta be kidding me. No, he got me. Let's try this again. You steel yourself for a mighty struggle, yet find no Vanu lying in wait. And back we go. Doop, doop, doop. Boop, boop, doop. Finish with your patrol. Anything to report? Heh. Maybe it was too much to hope for a day without a skirmish. At least I can take solace in the fact that Halane has blessed us with a mighty ally. Yeah. Accepting your recent clashes with Ivano, it cannot have escaped your notice that things here are rather peaceful, to the detriment of our garrison's discipline. Despite being built as an observation post, we have yet to record a single intrusion by the Horde. That is why, as far as everyone is concerned, Camp Cloudtop is a backwater of no significance. And of course, the pride of our camp, the vaunted Protector, is in a perpetual state of needing repairs. So even were the Holy See to come under Dravanian attack, we would be unable to fly to their aid. Simply put, Master Ariston, this is where ambition comes to die. If you haven't aspirations for advancement, you'll be right at home. However, I would like to think that enthusiasm can be just as contagious as apathy. If you'll indulge me, I would have you seek out the sentries and stoke their fighting spirit. Psych them up, you might say. Alright. First one's going to be up there. Actually, we'll do that one last. PSYCH, there we go. What? What is it? Is it the Horde? By the Fury, whatever possessed you to do that? I'm awake, worry not. After the shock you just gave me, I doubt I'll sleep for a fortnight. Ye gods, where did that come from? Fine, if you insist. I will make an effort to be more alert. But really, I fail to see the point. We're hundreds of malms away from the front lines, which is just the way I like it. Thank you very much. Ooh, somebody's sky fishing. It's MN. Is it an attack? What should we do? What should we do? I agree, alchemy it just doesn't make sense. But it's a game. You had me fooled there for a moment, old boy. An amusing jest, albeit a tad cruel. Surely, you must realize how unsuited I am to the monotony of mere sentry duty. Yet, still you tempt me with the promise of excitement. No, This won't do. This won't do at all. Lady Laniette will give me a grand admission as befits my station. Oh no. I see this going poorly. But yeah, they're just fishing in the clouds. I haven't even started fishing yet. But yeah, they just cast into the middle of nothingness, and somehow you get a fish. Flying fish. Many thanks, Master Harrison. Already I can see a change in our sentry's behavior. Beg your pardon. Lord Emmons said what? Huh, well, I have no doubt that Lady Laniette will do her utmost to oblige him. And, ooh. We do, and we don't get smacked in the face with any fish. It's weird. It's like we fly around. Well, once we unlock the ability to fly, you can just fly around, but there's no fish that smack you in the face. You don't see them floating anywhere, but suddenly you can fish there. It's weird. All right, I actually have some decent things. We're gonna take the mithrite boots this time. Aha! Gear improvements. They start. This one will. If Lord Emmon is going to demand a more dangerous duty, then I expect Lady Laniette will want you to accompany him. Aye, you might as well speak with her sooner rather than later. There's no use avoiding the inevitable. Whee! Master Ariston, Lord Emmon has just informed me that mere sentry duty is beneath him. I understand we have you to thank for this epiphany. Well, there's nothing for it but to give him something more demanding then. Can I count on you to keep him safe? My fault, sure. Excellent. We're in constant need of fresh water in Camp Cloudtop, as there are no underground sources we can tap with wells. However, there is a unique variety of crystal we have recently discovered, which may enable us to obtain water through other means. These spring crystals can be found in Vor-Sion-Seran, to the east of here. I would have you and Emmon bring one back to us. You may have to contend with the feral beasts which populate the lakes, not to mention Vanu scouts ranging from their nearby settlement. Of course, that all pales in comparison to keeping the young lord entertained, but you have doubtless grown accustomed to that by now. Good luck and be safe. Alright. Lady Lionette told you to tell me about my mission once again. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear she's avoiding me. Anyway, what is it? Yes. Finally, it's about time she entrusted me with a mission of real import. Right then. Let's go. Let's go. This is not boding well. Gotta figure out how to unlock the ability to see my aether currents. Water, water everywhere. Here we go. So, this is the Vor-Sion-Seran of legend. And nary a Vanu in sight. How disappointing. I could do with some sport. I know. Why don't you and I make it a competition? Whoever finds the superior specimen wins. Honorald shall judge our entries on size, purity, and say, aesthetic sensibilities. Let us begin at once. No. Stop. Come back. Don't. Ah, he's going to lead us into trouble, I just know it. Spring crystal. Though this water crystal does not appear to exhibit the properties described by Lady Laniette. Perhaps you should inspect another. It does not appear to exhibit the properties. Inspect a different one. This crystal appears to be secreting a steady stream of water. Perhaps it is the spring crystal Lady Laniette seeks. Where are you coming from, Shadow? Maybe from up there. Oh, maybe from these. They do a pretty good job of getting some of the properties of light and how shadows are casted pretty darn good in this game. Oh no. Let's see if we can outrun it. We did. Ah, Master Harrison, have you brought your entry for the contest? I have. My understanding of such things is limited, but can this truly be used to draw moisture from the air like water from a pump? Fascinating. Yeah, no. Take the money. Lord Emin has been gone for an awfully long time. Did you perchance see him while you were searching for your crystal? Even he must realize the dangers of wandering too far in such a place. Mayhap I am worrying about nothing, but I must ask that you assist me in looking for him, Master Ariston. We shall find him more quickly if we split up. Pray, search the southeastern area of Vor-Seren as swiftly as you are able, and rendezvous with me in the north. Farewell and good luck. I knew this was going to lead to trouble. Oh dear. You survey the surrounding area for a time, but see no sign of Emin. Oh, cutscene. Master Ariston, Lord Emin. Lord Emin has been taken by the Vanu. They had my lord surrounded, a whole gang of them. Please, you must come quickly. Oh dear. Might be a little bit overpowered for this area. Max level is 52. Pretty sky. Look at all the stars. Who wants to play Connect the Dots? The Vanu must have taken him to that village, mayhap to present to their chieftain. I will make haste to the Rose House and... pardon me. And tell Lady Lynette what has happened. Yet by the time I return with aid, it may already be too late. Forgive me for asking, Master Harrison, but should you spy an opportunity to sneak past the sentries and rescue Lord Emmon, in my absence, I beg you to take it. I know he can be a trifle presumptuous and insensitive and, well, insufferable, but he doesn't deserve this. Duty commenced. Sneak past. No, they're proximity based. You for sure weren't looking at me. Am I able to talk to you? There are more pressing matters at hand. I have a sharp sword, yet I'm untying the rope. Why not just slice them? Carefully, of course. You don't want to nick the prince thing. That was thoroughly unpleasant. Guy gets into too much trouble. Duty complete. Yes.
Reinforcements? Anger of Honu, chief of mighty Vondo, royals like blackest storm clouds. Offer netherlings to the white. Cloud sea swells and he comes.
Well, that's not good. Dragon!
The white, mighty Bismarck, lord of the mists! A flying whale? By the fury, it's a primal. We must away. Bloody typical. All right, we're going in.
Aye, aye, Chief.
All aboard!
Hi, Sid. Hey, Northwolf. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Everybody go check out Northwolf. Show him some love. He's a great individual. Leader of, well, one of the leaders of the Wolf Pack. And he does a wonderful DJ on Sunday. Great music. Doing alright. Finally got into the first expansion of Final Fantasy XIV. We're in Heavensward now. We finally finished up A Realm Reborn. So, pressing on. Finally getting up and into new things. Sid just came and rescued us again, as Sid does. The gods only know what might have happened had we not been around to save you. No need for thanks, though. It's not as if you haven't done the same for us on a few previous occasions. Alright, more than a few. Sid is amazing. I think he's the only character that's literally been in every single Final Fantasy game. In one form or another. It was but blind chance that brought us together this time. In case you were wondering, the Holy See has petitioned the Ironworks for assistance with this creation of theirs, the Protector. Apparently they just can't seem to get her flying. Anyway, I came to Count Cloudtop to cast an eye over the ship, only to learn that you had arrived some days before with an ISHGARDian lordling in tow. Small world, I thought, just as said lordling's manservant skittered into view, babbling about his master having been captured and you risking all to rescue him, and the rest, as they say, is history. Right, well, hate to cut short our reunion, but I am here on business after all, and the boys are already hard at work. Don't worry, old friend. We'll speak again soon, I promise. Game caught me taking a sip of drink. Alright, time to talk to Emin. Very well, I admit it. It was an incredibly harrowing experience. I could very well have died. You know, me. Dead. On the other hand, by risking life and limb in the line of duty, I did succeed in uncovering the existence of a new primal, and that, old boy, is no small feat. I have made an historic discovery. The fact that even Lady Laniette will have no choice but to acknowledge. Yes, I am rather looking forward to basking in the sunshine of her praise. Speaking of which, isn't it time we made our triumphant return? Uh-huh. Something tell me she won't be so happy. I expect to be getting chewed out. Whee! Whee! Nope. Don't want to deal with the Gale Cat. Or the other Gale Cat. Lots of running around in this expansion. And Laniette. Praise Halan. I feared the worst. What happened out there? A primal, are you sure? Yet, now that I think on it, the Bismarck is reminiscent of the white whale of Vanu legend, a massive creature said to swim in the Sea of Clouds. I mean, you got fish up here, why wouldn't there be a whale? From what I have learned of comparable summonings, the presence of the Vanu's god would certainly explain the sudden change in their behavior toward the people of Camp Cloudtop. Ah, you mean to say that they have fallen under the primal's influence? I recall reading of such things in the documents provided by Master Alphino. Aren't we forgetting something important, Lady Laniette? A little recognition for the hero of the hour, a few choice expressions of gratitude, respect, admiration, and so on? Why, yes, you are right, of course. Master Arison deserves all that and more for having risked his life to rescue such an esteemed personage. Well, if there is naught else to discuss, I would depart for ISHGARD forthwith. The Holy See and the Temple Knights must be informed of this new threat, without delay. But of course, Master Arison, you have done more than enough here. Pray, return to ISHGARD with Lord Hostrafont, and give my warmest regards to the Count. So that's it then. No more forays into enemy territory. Very well, I can see my services are no longer needed. Take care, Lady Laniat. May our next meeting take place under more felicitous circumstances. All's well that ends well, eh? To the airship landing, then. We can speak on the journey home. Alright. Well, to make this a little faster, we can just do this. Big place, and we won't unlock this area up here for a while yet. This way. Nope. Where are we going? Okay, it is up here. Yes, we travel to ISHGARD. There's Hashrafal. I confess, I have always been rather fond of airship travel. The chill of the wind upon your face, the warmth of the blood pumping in your veins from the excitement. I find the whole experience indescribably invigorating. Or mayhap it is simply the joy of having cheated death yet again. Ha ha! In any event, I must make for the congregation and inform Sir Emeric of all that has occurred. Emin should have returned to the manor by now. Why not go and see if he has recovered from his ordeal? Sounds like a plan. We are going to the last vigil, where we will enter the house, 410. I think we will need to go to this location in the very near future. Yes, we wish to enter. We'll pull up you. Oh, it's you, Lil'Wolf. Gods, did he have to strike me so hard? The father, he did not approve of how I handled matters in Camp Cloudtop, how I endangered the lives of others through my own recklessness and incompetence. It's not easy playing the hero, is it? Oh, you're such a drama queen. Holy crap. Ooh, we get options. Sure. I think that's it for that bit of side quest. Yes. Yes, it is. Now we need to go to the Arteral quests. Let us begin anew, Master Ariston. I am Sir Art. I'm just going to call him all Sir Art of de Fortemps, eldest son of Count Edmond de Fortemps. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. Hashrafal has spoken of you often. If you are even half the man he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then. We will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of House Durandare and Desmal. We are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye. Well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said house does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture. But we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Kokobo stables in Foundation. Oh, good. Should have done this one first. Oop. That's the steward. That's the manservant. Oh. Okay. Lots of lore. Leave the mana. Let's see, I think I want to go to... Pretty sure... Sky Steel Manufactory. And here's the Kokobo Keep. Greetings, Master Harrison. I have saddled a black Kokobo for your journey to the Western Highlands, as per Lord Art instruction. Will this be your first time riding a black Kokobo, may I ask? If so, you're in for a treat, as I dare say you know this particular breed can fly, given the right conditions. They can carry you quite high, too, even over Snowcloak. You needn't worry about directing the bird, of course. Like all porters, she's trained to carry you to your destination all by herself. So just relax and enjoy the view. Oh, but be sure not to relax your grip, will you? 2 hands on the reins at all times, if you please. Travel Falcon's Nest, yes. When do I get to teach my Kokobo how to fly? Oh, okay, good. It's coming up. I just gotta finish this entire series of side quests. Well, main story side quests.
To the frozen wastes of the Western Highlands, once verdant tracts made pallid by the calamity. Beyond the towering wall of ice, to lands long forsaken that the knights of ISHGARD strove tirelessly to reclaim. To the hamlet of Falcon's Nest, once abandoned, now freed of its pall of snow and ash, he came.
Alright. Before we speak to Art, Kokobo Keep, Crystal. Always the first thing. Registered with the porter. Oh yes, we need to do that as well. Let's bring that back up. We're now in Falcon's Nest, which means we have people to talk to for our Paladin quest. So let's go ahead and knock that out rather quickly. Then we'll talk to Lord Art before heading back to turn in the Paladin quest. Sold Cycle, never heard of him. Was he one of the new craftsmen working with 100 Eyes? Sorry, we see an awful lot of new faces around here. Most don't leave an impression, other than the heretics and bandits, that is. A Rogden Paladin. Well, I do recall a traveler who spent several days here, at least. There was a pitched battle the other night, out in the waste. It involved a rather large man and a party of his fellow heretics. To hear the scouts tell it, naturally, we chose not to intervene. If they wish to kill each other, by all means. Oh, now we have to go way out there, so we are going to go talk to Lord Art. Oh, it's not way out there, it's just down the way. Something tells me we'll be heading that way shortly anyhow, though. The world looks quite different when viewed from the back of an airborne Kokobo, does it not? I still find the experience strangely liberating. To business. Sir Redwald is in charge here. You should be expecting us. It's been far, far too long, Lord Art. And who might your companion be? Pray forgive us our lateness, Sir Redwald. I present to you Lil'Wolf Ariston, ward of House Fulton. Ah, yes, of course, Lord Drillmont spoke of you. I, Sir Redwald, of House Derrender, do bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest. We are both eager to contribute to the settlement's restoration. How may we be of service? Before we speak of that, would I be correct in assuming that Master Ariston is unfamiliar with our recent history? Then, with your permission, I shall recount the tale for his benefit. As you may know, Falcon's Nest was once a hamlet with a small garrison of knights and some few villagers. And then came the calamity. When it became clear that the snow would not stop falling, we had no choice but to order a complete withdrawal. The settlement and the entirety of the Western Highlands were to be abandoned. Abandoned to the heretics. Lady ISHGARD and her kind have walked these lands with impunity ever since. Aye, but no longer. The Holy See has commanded the reclamation of the Western Highlands and the expulsion of heretical elements. Falcon's Nest is key to accomplishing these objectives, but, as you can see, rebuilding the hamlet will be no small undertaking. Our craftsmen require support and protection. Any assistance you can offer will be greatly appreciated. As promised, we of House Fulton are at your disposal, Sir Redwald. You need but tell us where to begin. Several craftsmen in service to House Desmal are contributing to the restoration of Falcon's Nest. These men and women are quite skilled at building or repairing fortifications, but their progress has been hampered by a number of factors. Roth, their foreman, tells me he has need of a man with your talents. Would you be so kind as to seek him out? Sure. Where were you the last time? Not going to be in there. Doesn't appear to be around here. Oh, there he is. Yes, I'm Roth. Who might you be? Blah, 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 blah. Ah, the promised help. Glad to have you aboard. I have the honor of overseeing this fine mess you see before you. Sent me over on one of them blackbirds, same as you, to build and mend and tell others how to build and mend. But, fury take me, this ice, it's bloody unnatural how fast it forms. It's icicle sprites, I tell you. Mark my words. There are pockets of them here and there, just waiting for me to turn my back so they can sneak out and do their dirty work. So I need you to search the hamlet, put an end to it. If you stand watch long enough, you're sure to find them. Okay then, sure, the icicle sprites. Sure. No, he's probably right. Let me over the wall. Here is 100 Eyes. Speak to him real quick for our other quest. Heard you was asking after a Rogden. Or Rogadin? And in a fashion that might give a man cause to worry. Ah, I know Sultzgeigel. New, I should say. Older fellow. Spent some time chatting with the young blood. He came through, like the rest of us before him, looking for the same thing we all do. Bandits ambushed him in the night, out in the waste. Buried him with my own 2 hands the next day, out near Camp Riversmith. Constant took it especially hard, close as he was to him. Oh, that's not good. Now we gotta go all the way out to the camp, though. All the way out there. We'll get there eventually. That takes care of this. Ha! Now there's a man, what looks like he's found his mark. You're just the sort we need around here. Kind that'll hop to when he sees a task undone. You're a dab hand at warcraft, I can tell. Not that I've any skill at arms to speak of, mine, but it doesn't take an expert to recognize expertise. Be a waste to keep you to myself when there are others out what need help, same as me. So if you're keen to keep doing what you've done, I'd ask you to head north to the Pike, the bloody huge statue out in the waste, if you've never been. Mason by the name of Thuramont is out there tending to the thing. Good man, Thuramont, but I reckon he's taken on too much work for one. Might be there's something you can do for him. So that comes out to here. We still need to head over to there as well. Why am I walking? Come here, Mr. Kokobo. There we go. We'll head here first and then try to move over to there. These walls, I tell you, they're taller than they think. Thuramont. Hail to you, traveler. What brings you out this way? Foreman Roth bid you assist me. Well, far be it for me to turn down a helping hand. I've been tasked with the restoration of this sculpture. 5 years of neglect have not been kind, to say the least. Fortunately, I've just the thing for it. Rather, those deep eyes have it. If you could slay 3 and bring me their bristles, I would be in your debt. There you are. Have you the bristles? Well, yes, I do. Ah, feel how coarse that is. That's why they're perfect for scrubbing the soot from this statue. Beautiful, isn't it? The spitting image of Haldrath, first of the Azure Dragoons, and one of ISHGARD's founding fathers. A symbol of everything the Dravanians despise, which is why they've taken to searing it with dragonfire every time they pass by. But no longer will we suffer this discrimination, or desecration of our nation's hero. Soon, this statue will be as it once was, a proud, shining testament to the determination of ISHGARD, and a message to the heretics that we have returned. The work may be hard and the conditions harsh, but as a proud ISHGARDian, I could ask for no greater honor. Are you for Falcon's Nest? So I have a favor to ask. There's this knight, Sir Isildur, stationed at the anvil to the west of here. She's always treated me with kindness and respect. More than I deserve, to be honest. Any road, while you were away, she came through on patrol, and I think she might have left a package behind. It's a bit of a detour, but would you mind returning it to her? My thanks to you, friend. It's okay, we got other detours to take as well. Let's see here. We're going to go west. I have a feeling that do believe he's down there. There are safer ways to get down, but I was hoping it was up top, and I was wrong. Wait for me to heal, waiting for it to heal. Guess there's no others. Halone's blessing be upon you, sir. I say, that was a rather frightful experience. Were you a friend of Solskjaer's too? Ah, good. That is to say, my condolences. I knew there had to be others who would want to know. 'Twas the work of Death's Embrace, I'd wager. Those fiends you slew just now were sent by them as well. My kinsmen think of them but another band of sellswords or heretics. If only they knew what they were truly capable of. I can only hope that they will heed my warnings this time, if you would excuse me. Lil'Wolf, this is Papashan. Have you found Solskjaer? God's almighty, slain by Death's Embrace. I heard some of those bastards were still skulking about, but I never thought they would try to. Wait, could it be that they were the ones who held Oathkeeper, and that they killed Solskjaer when he tried to take it back? Damn it all, we've still no answers. Though there is still the boy. Get after him, find out what he knows. This is like the never-ending Paladin quest. Alright, let's see. What's going on with part 695? Where is he at? Oh, all the way back at the place. Okay, good. Kind of. It keeps going and going. Not Lima! thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it greatly. Let's give a shout out to Not Lima. What were you playing today? Just chatting. How did your chatting go? Hopefully it was a fun and adventurous time. Let's not get hit by the Silver Wolf. Oh, you've never streamed before. Well, hopefully it went well. It's a lot of fun. I should be able to get back up over on this side. That's good to hear. Simple setups are the best. I've complicated my setup to no end, and it's had its days where it's just like, no, I don't want to work. And it's like, oh. And then my poor wife, I love her to death, and we got some MacBooks for work, and she's been trying to stream on one, and oh, gracious. Macs are not good for streaming. You have to install third-party software just to be able to allow OBS to find your microphone. It's kind of sad. But it's a pleasure having you here. Glad to see you. Hope things are going well. Let me know when your first stream is. What's that? A package. I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about. Confound it. That fool of a... What a waste. It was a gift, adventurer. Theramont labors day and night without regard for his own well-being. At the very least, he ought to try to eat better. Why not simply give it to him? By the Fury, have you no sense of decorum? A highborn knight cannot be seen favoring a low-born mason in such a manner. The first one can be intimidating, even for just a test. The biggest advice that me and Dragon can both give you: never worry about your numbers. Don't look at them. Don't care who's watching. Do what you love and have fun, and people will find you. Now, that's not to say, get out to the communities, talk, post that you're going live, post it on your Discords that where they have, streaming channels with like, hey, who's going live? By all means, network. But never stare at your number. I used to do it. It stressed me out. It's like, oh, I only had one. Oh, I have 10. Oh, great. Oh, but next time I had 2. What did I do wrong? Just don't do it. Stream something you love. I love playing this game. I love video games in general. And just stream what you love. And people will find you. Well, that's good to hear. Being chill is very nice. Dragon, love her to death. She never thought she would ever stream. But every week she cooks 6 different meals. 3 for me and 3 for her. We do all of our meal prep on 1 or 2 different days. And it was like, hey, why don't you stream it? And she started to, and she's actually kind of loving it, which is great. When the setup works, she loves it. Oh, that MacBook. Oh, the MacBook. Nevertheless, I appreciate your concern, as well as your willingness to assist Theramont. May your journey back to Falcon's Nest be safe and swift. Pray, give my regards to Sir Redwald. It's going to be very swift, because we're going to aetherate it. But yes, very hard lesson I learned. Never worry about the numbers. They'll literally just stress you out. Let's go talk to Constant. Pleasure to see you again, sir. Was there something you wish to discuss? Oh, so you're that free paladin Cycle told me all about. It is an honor to meet you at last. That is, for the second time. My name is Constant, Truly honored, sir. Truly, truly honored. Sorry if I'm a bit out of sorts. I've been thinking about him a lot. About the day we first met, when he saved me. How his sword gleamed as he danced among the wolves. I begged him to teach me the ways of the paladin so I could save others like he had saved me. He must have turned me down a dozen times before he finally relented. Probably because he caught me asking around about Oathkeeper. But I suppose he didn't think I was strong enough to help him reclaim the sword. Why else would he sneak off to challenge Death's embrace while I was away? I should have been there, Lil'Wolf. I should have been there. I've decided I'm going to take it back. Oathkeeper, I mean. He said I wasn't ready to wield his soul. Or, I wasn't ready to wield this soul. But what choice do I have now that he's gone? You want to find it too, don't you? Then help me. Please. You will? Halan be praised. You won't regret this. Oh, if Sultskago could see us now. 2 paladins united in purpose. Well, I suppose it's rather premature for me to claim the title, isn't it? 1 veteran paladin and 1 aspiring paladin, then. United in purpose. We shall recover Oathkeeper and bring Sultskago's murderers to justice. As soon as I uncover new information, that is. I am not... Well, I will pick up the quest, but we're not going to pursue it at this time. I have tidings, Lil'Wolf. Hidden amongst Sultskago's belongings was a journal, the final entry of which contains what appears to be a map of the Gorgon holding. He marked a spot near the river, though he did not write why. Yet, considering how devoted he was to recovering Oathkeeper, surely it has some relation. I say we sally forth and investigate. We may encounter wild beasts or worse, of course, but we are well equipped to face them. Well, that is to say, you are. Yeah, you don't even seem to have a sword or a weapon at all. Alright, we're going to hide the quest for now. Should do that soon, though, as that is our Goring Blades ability, and we're going to want to pick that up. I must applaud your initiative, Master Ariston. Roth tells me you have been quite busy. Alas, we have not the time to thank you properly. I have a task to which I would commit all able-bodied men and women, you and Lord Art included. Oh. Calm as ever, even when you must surely sense the gravity of the situation. A veteran, through and through, just as Lord Drillmont said. Good. We have lost contact with a reconnaissance party sent north to Reversmeet in search of the heretics' hideaway. Whether they were attacked or met with some other misfortune, we know not. But regardless of the cause, we must ask quickly, for this is a harsh, unforgiving land which can claim, and has claimed, the lives of many men. To ensure we find our missing knights as quickly as possible, I have assigned each party a different area to search. You and Lord Art will be working together. Seek him out when you are ready to depart, and good luck. Seek him out? He's right here. He was, like, next to you. Seems we have been assigned the area near Camp Riversmeet, Master Ariston. Lest you are unaware, the camp was one of many our knights were forced to abandon when we withdrew from Korthus' western highlands. One of many sacrifices made in the wake of the calamity. 'Twould not surprise me if our knights took shelter there. There is but one way to find out, though. Let us be off. Pretty sure this is going to take me to where I just was. Sure enough. Why do I always get overeager and go ahead of myself? Why? Why? Where's the other place? Huh. Where is the other one? All the way up there, yeah. We'll get there eventually. To this place, though. Were you playing Final Fantasy XI on the PS2, or are you talking Final Fantasy X, 10-2, 12? All wonderful games, by the way. I'm a huge Final Fantasy person. I don't know all the lore like I should, though. Great game. A lot of people don't like it for some reason. I don't fully understand why. I found it to be an outstanding game. The sphere grid system was a bit odd, and I could not suffer through the blitz ball to save my life. It was just weird. Other than that, though, like I said, great game, decent storyline. I go back and play it occasionally. There are some hidden mechanics in it, though, that if you didn't really know the game or just do everything you could, anytime you could, or had a guide, you just never found out certain things. Like how to unlock certain overdrive meters and things like that just never came into existence. Are you kidding me? Ugh. Gaming back then was different, and I miss it. I miss console games with cartridges or discs because it forced the company to do more quality control. It forced them to make sure they had a somewhat fully polished, completed game before they ever push it out. Nowadays, it's like, just get it out the door. We'll patch it. We'll patch it. Just get it out the door. Why? Why put out a half-finished game and patch the rest of it over time? Just put out a complete game. Oh, yes. I remember those days. Some games did it better than others, though. Other games were crap. You just had to be up here, didn't you, Art? Yeah, there's definitely games like that. Lufia 2 was full of them on the old SNES. There, below us. Camp Rivers meet, or what remains of it. I see no way to descend this cliffs safely from here. Should we fall, the beast below would make short work of us. Come. I know a path to the riverbed below, east of the Black Iron Bridge. Yeah, I know, I just took it. Because I know of it, too. But I remember those good days. Leave me alone, Steinbach. Whee! Hello, Lord Art. If the reconnaissance party came this way, I see no sign of it. Still, it is possible that recent storms have obscured their trail, or that they took an alternate route to Camp Rivers meet. Till we investigate the camp itself, we cannot be certain. We must press on. Hey look, he has footprints. Back to where I just was. Yay! Appreciate the lurk, Nalima. Good to have you here. Good to see you again. Hopefully you have a great day. Are you alright? I heard sounds of a struggle. I have to thank the Fury. I thought no one would come. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've got about another hour left, and then I have to go get ready for work. I have to work Friday and a Saturday, but I'm off a Sunday, Monday. Thank the Fury. I thought no one would come. 3 heretics slain and 1 knight saved, just like that. You certainly live up to your reputation, Master Ariston. What happened here, sir? Is there no one else? We were caught in a furious blizzard north of here, my lord. Naught but white all around, until we saw shapes moving towards us, running towards us, with naked steel in their hands. I cut down a few of the bastards who came close, but the others, there was shouting and screaming. But after a while, I could only hear unfamiliar voices. I found my way to the camp, hoping to hide while the storm passed. The heretics tracked you here? Aye, my lord, the heretics' hideaway lies somewhere to the north. We must move quickly before the snow buries all traces of their passing. For my brothers, we must. Have faith, sir. Justice will be done, but first, we must see you to safety. Still no gear. One piece, that's all so far? Just the one. He has the right of it, Master Ariston. Whatever remains of the Heretics' Trail will be gone with the next snowfall. But we cannot very well leave our friend here. I will see him to Falcon's Nest and gather reinforcements. In the meantime, I would have you search the area to the north of the camp for signs of the attack. Should you pick up the Heretics' Trail, do not wait for me. Follow it back to their lair forthwith, being sure to leave me some clear footprints. I realize that this plan may place you in considerable danger, but I see no alternative. Rest assured, we will not be far behind, and Lil'Wolf, thank you. Alright, let's bring up our quest. Let's uncheck this one. Something tells me I'm going to be somewhat in the same area by the end of this, I think. Why can't I not jump down? Let me down. Thank you. Bloop. Fresh footprints and an unfortunately dead body. Proceeded. Tracks continue to the north. Duty commenced. More suspicious footprints. They still continue to the north. They continue north. Let me guess. They continue north. Enemies? Well, if he's spineless, how is he standing? Ice traps and frost grenades, huh? I bet you they're not happy with him. Duty complete. What's her again?
Looking for me, I presume.
The child who glimpsed the truth.
It's guard Soulmare.
No!
He cameth unto me, as didst thou, alike in gifts, yet set upon different paths.
He speaks true, warrior of light. Like you, I have been blessed with the echo. The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done to deserve them. But I had no time to ponder such things once the calamity came. The land turned against us, and in a matter of hours, Falcon's Nest was buried under 10 fulms of ice and snow. We had no choice but to flee for ISHGARD. We came to the wall, and while we searched for a way through, there was an avalanche. And then I was alone. So I set forth for Dravania. I knew full well what might happen where I found, but I could not survive on my own. I was found, of course, and not by a mere dragon, but by the great worm Heavensward.
What did I say?
And it was then that I knew why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice and saw the truth through his eyes. I was chosen to deliver this revelation to the people, to bring dragon and man together as they once were and should ever be. It wasn't supposed to be like that. You have to believe me. It was beyond my control. Children talked through the skies. who saw their loved ones slaughtered. Yet the Dravanians, though they know where the fault truly lies, fell upon them with such fury.
Men die, and their children forget, but we are everlasting. To us, then is as now. Thou canst not comprehend the violation, the outrage, the fury.
I will make this right. I am neither a saint nor a savior, just another sinner. Yet I will not forsake this cause. I cannot. I will see this cycle broken and peace restored. We can do naught else, for we are now as one.
Master Ariston, praise Halon. You are alive! We came as swiftly as we could, but I see we are too late. So they were lurking in the cellar of this farmhouse. 'Tis a pity Lady ISHGARD escaped, but we must not let that detract from your accomplishment. We have them on the run. You have dealt our foes a telling blow this eve, my friend, and I shall see that your efforts are recognized. Establishing an outpost in so remote a location could not have been easy. Tenacious devils. Say hi to the people in the Free Company. The knights have matters here well in hand. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and share our discoveries with Sir Redwald. Come, after tracking heretics across the malms of ice and snow, I would say you are due a few hours' rest next to a warm fire. Nope. Gotta go finish up my paladin quest. There's Constant. Impressive, eh? Took some doing, but I managed to resize Soltskager's Solarets. They should afford me excellent protection against thigh-high threats. Anyway, let's see where this map leads. Somewhere over yonder, perhaps. A light catches your eye, and on closer inspection you find a gallant coronet buried beneath the snow. A trail of frozen blood leads west. Or was it further to the... Oh, Lil'Wolf, find anything? Sight Seigel's coronet. Then he did come here. There's a trail of blood as well, you said. Let's follow it and see where it leads. More frozen blood. Seems to lead towards the Dusk Vigil. I think it's taking us westward. One of the few places with actual water in the frozen wasteland to do some fishing. Constant, are you being attacked again? What are we going to do with you? And aid the Constant. Of course, Death's Embrace. They must have made camp here, and Seigel learned of it. Wait, was that movement just now? To the west. We cannot let them escape. Doesn't show up on that map. Oh, it's all the way over there. Haha. I want to say I go through here to go up. Ooh, hot springs. End of the road. They don't seem to be carrying Oathkeeper. Well, if nothing else, we can at least bring them to justice for their countless other crimes and ensure that they harm no more innocents. To arms, Lil'Wolf, for justice, for Seigel. I thought the coronet would help, but that speech still felt rather uninspired. another one? Oh, multiple books. How wonderful. I'm not even going to worry about the book. I am just going to take this guy out. Duty completed. And there's Constant. And there's the puppy dog. Hi, puppy dogs. Did we win? I mean, by the Fury, we won! That villainous scum will prey on the weak no longer. Pity they didn't have Oathkeeper. Well, all in a day's work for a pair of paladins, eh? Back to Falcon's Nest for a well-earned rest. Yay! Our quests line up to where we need to go. Alright, let's go talk to Constant real fast. And then we'll go turn in our main story quest. Got about a half an hour left. I think it's between the yard working being done and she might need to potty. She's seeking comfort. She is a comfort dog. I comfort dog. The wheels of justice are slow to turn, and we know all too well. Even Sir Amric, who they say cares deeply for the welfare of every ISHGARDian, even he is bound by bureaucracy. It all comes back to the war, in the end. If it's not heretics or dragons, well, you know how it is. And the Forelands, well, if you head that far west without enough hired help, no one to blame but yourself for what happens. So when my mother's caravan was raided on the road to Tailfeather, I was resigned to never knowing who to blame. Till Tzeigal told me all about Death's Embrace, and I realized they were the ones responsible for that and many other attacks. They chose their targets with care, preying on those who wouldn't be missed, save by their equally powerless friends and family. But everyone deserves a champion. Even the least among us are worth saving. I don't know if the remaining members of Death Embrace have Oathkeeper, but even if they don't, it is our duty as paladins to stop them. That's what Tzeigal would say were he here, right? We have the Goring Blade. Now, Goring Blade delivers an attack with only a potency of 100. Combos to Riot Blade. So, Fast Blade to Riot Blade to Goring Blade. And Rage of Halona also does it with this. Now, combo potency goes up to 390, and it adds a damage over time for 21 seconds, so that's good. We'll pick up this quest. We probably won't do it. See, Divine Veil. Upon HP recovery via healing magic, yeah. Curious tidings. Lil'Wolf, not long ago, I received word from an acquaintance of mine, Grimold, who claims to have in his possession a missive written by Tzeigal and addressed to me. He insisted that I come collect it from him in person in Tailfeather, and since we haven't any leads in our search for Oathkeeper, I see no reason to deny him. Let's be off then. Now, we don't have that area open to us just yet, so we're going to just hide that quest for now. Jump on our mount. And go talk to Redwald. Lord Art, Master Ariston, full glad am I to see you both hale and healthy. What news? Blah, 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 blah. You mean to say you hunted the heretics down on your own and slew them before reinforcements could arrive? By the Fury! I believe we have made great strides toward purging these lands of heretics, and I mean to say as much when I deliver my report to my father and the Holy See. As will I, Lord Art. May it serve to remind our superiors what houses Durandare and Fortemp could achieve through continued cooperation. Indeed, trust you and your knights are content to handle the rest. We most certainly are, my lord. During your short time with us, you and Master Harrison have accomplished far more than I had thought possible. I cannot, in good conscience, impose upon you any longer. Pray, return to ISHGARD with my thanks. As you wish, Sir Redwald. Thank you for your hospitality. Alright. Can I not leave this way? Why can I not leave? Maybe I talked to Emmeline. Oh. Maybe I need to take the porter. Haha. Back to the Foundation. So we don't have too much longer. As I said, I am going to be putting a poll up on my Twitter to see if we are going to continue on as a paladin or move over to our mechanist. Now, I have not played much content from this point forward on my paladin. I have been a mechanist. So, fun times. And talk to Lord Art. We have gotten quite a bit done today. Master Harrison, I would speak plain. From the first, I question your motives and your competence. Unjustly, I now realize. Rumors have a way of growing more fantastic as they spread, and quite frankly, those surrounding you beggar belief. But Hoshrafant swore that all the stories were true. He championed your cause and begged Father to grant you patronage. And he duly listened, because for all his wisdom, he has never been able to say no to my dear half-brother. The legacy of my father's sole indiscretion. Mother hated him, of course. Even on her deathbed, she refused to acknowledge him. And, to be honest, she was not alone in her feelings. But that is not the worst of it. At Camp Rivers met, when we came upon the wounded knight, I knew immediately that one of us would have to pursue the heretics alone. An onerous task, fraught with danger. And there you were, the savior of Eorzea, an honored guest of House Fortemp. My new comrade in arms, Hoshrafant's dear friend. I told myself it was to be a test, but part of me hoped that you would fail. Yet, you accepted the task without a word of protest, nor any sign of fear, and you duly tracked the enemy down, faced him alone, and lived to tell the tale. Plainly, Hoshrafant had the right of it all along. That I doubted your strength bespeaks my own weakness. But I will not doubt you again, Master Ariston. On that you have my word. No, yay, we complete. I'm gonna go critical hit. Hi, puppers. Alright, now we talk to the steward. Ah, Master Ariston, my lord the Count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Art and Lord Emmon, if you would remain here for a moment.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emanalane's life.
Emanalane's.
Told me everything.
Interesting.
I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Forton. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord.
What is it? Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings.
Oh, grave tidings, that's not good.
Master Alphino and Mistress Tataro have been detained on suspicion of perfecting heresy.
What?
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements. 'Twas this which prompted a knight of the Heavensward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. Exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamail. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Well, though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes, even as we celebrate them. 'Tis like that one such member of House Zamail is manipulating Sir Grinno, for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I am quite certain his masters know better. Yet, the truth will avail us naught if we cannot prove their innocence. You would do well to speak with Sir Amric at the congregation of our knights most heavenly. He will know more of these charges. Alright. I think... Nope, we still got some time. We still got some time. We've got a good 15 minutes. Let's see how much we can get done. Let's see. Alright. We are going to the Forgotten Night. And we'll run this way. It has been too long, Lil'Wolf. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Alphino and Mistress Tataro, I take it. Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. Truly, I know not which is the more ludicrous, these charges, or that flying feathered whale. That Sir Grinno accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a knight of the Heavensward. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of ISHGARD, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice to say, their testimony is unimpeachable. I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, routing the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of faith and drive back the Dravanian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. But of course. In a trial by combat, sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under ISHGARDian law, a trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphino and Mistress Tataro would be expected to face Sir Grinno and a second of his choosing. Another knight of the Heavensward, most like. Two of them? By the Fury, that can hardly be considered fair. Master Alphino's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Tataro, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill, and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Hoshafon. But all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and mayhap in the realm at large. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alphino at once and inform him of our intentions, Lil'Wolf. Meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Till then, my friend. Where do I need to go? Back to the pillars. To the tribunal. Okay. Nicely named. Easy to find. Good, good. To the tribunal. Ba-da-da. Pardon me my yawns. Listen carefully, Lil'Wolf. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate the charges, and the accused invited to respond. Then, in accordance with the law, they will be asked to restate their request for a trial by combat. Once the High Adjudicator acknowledges Mr. Tartaru's right to name a champion, that is when you must make your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Grinall's face when he sees his true opponent. 'Twill be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands, and I shall cheer so loud you will wonder how you could ever have contrived to doubt yourself. Now, are you ready? Sure.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grinno, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grinno de Zemile, brother of the Heavensward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Let the accused step forward. Alphino Leveilleur, Taru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grinno's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alphino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Taru, am innocent of this charge, but I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the ISHGARDian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
Render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I guess so. I couldn't block it. Yes, it is over for you. I mean, we won. The Fury has spoken. Alphano, Luvier, Taru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who receive her of her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners, accused, go forth in peace. I don't think I have, Dragon. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks, as always. However, we're going to turn this in, pick up our next quest, and I believe that's all we have time for today. True. By the Fury, what a splendid victory. To see how you strove in the face of adversity, two brave young souls bound together by the pursuant bonds of camaraderie. Why? It stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it seems only right that I present you with a humble token of mine adoration. Pray, receive of me this Kokobo whistle. With it, you may summon a black Kokobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Magnificent, is she not? Strong yet sleek, elegant yet eager. What say you? Will you take her for your steed? Sure! Lord Hashafant, Kokobos are prohibited in the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. You should know the rules, man. Come on now. And we got our Aether Compass. Yay! The Aether Currents are now accessible. You have obtained a Black Kokobo. When riding this mount, you will have the ability to fly, provided certain conditions have been met. To fly in a given region, you must find and attune to all the local Aether Currents. In order to attune to some Aether Currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid you in this endeavor, you have also obtained the Aether Compass, which will provide you both the bearing and the distance to the nearest Aether Current upon use. Should you lose this compass, you may speak to Gibarant of the Forgotten Knight to obtain another. To review your progress, select Travel from the main menu, followed by Aether Currents. Let's pick up our next quest. Black Kokobos are well and good, but the true reward for your efforts is the exoneration of your comrades. They shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. In the meantime, pray return to Fort Temp Manor. The Count has done so already, and will doubtless be eager to discuss the day's events. Alright. We're actually going to go to the Gold Saucer briefly. Just briefly. Last thing to do before we head off for the day. We've got the company buff, Jackpot, which increases the amount of Manderville Gold Saucer points that we earn. So we're going to go to the mini pot. We're going to purchase some. Alright. 4, 2, 6, So 7, 8, 9 is out of the question, so is 1, 2, 3. Those are our two biggest payouts, but they're not available. We'll go down here. Only 80. 180, 54, 720. Oh, that one would have been good. There was a couple of better ones, but not by much. Alright, we got a 7, 2, 9. So 7, 8, 9's out of the question. Let's hope for a 1, 2, 3. Nope. No 1, 2, 3 either. One more. 7, 8, 9's out of the question. I don't think 1, 2, 3 is in for it either. Let's go here. Only 60 points. Well, today was horrible. It happens. Let's do a repair. Aha, I knew I had other pieces. Alright. Get our Kokobo. And now, the good thing about the gold saucer is if you come down this little hallway, you can go to this Aetheryte. It's just the entrance one. If you come down around the corner... Sorry, that's my alarm letting me know it's noon. Oh, we can't get to it yet. That's weird. There should be one to go to the Foundation. But it doesn't look like we've unlocked that ability just yet. But we're going to go back out to here, and this is where we're going to end our day. It has been a wonderful day. We've gotten a lot accomplished in such a short time. Shout outs to all the people who came by and joined us. It was a wonderful day. Let's see who we are going to... That's the wrong window. Who are we going to raid out to today? Let's go back to Twitch. Who is on? Let us go to Lord Kingly S. Dot. Great individual, another great Final Fantasy XIV streamer. Let us raid out to good Lord Kingsley S. Dot. I don't even know if I'm spelling his name right. Let me... Lordly King S. Dot. Yeah, I would have messed that up totally. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. We made it pretty far into Heavensward already. So, we'll keep going. We still have to unlock quite a few areas. But we got our Aether Currents. Like I said, I'll be putting up a poll to see if I should stay as a Paladin or switch to the Mechanist. Until next time, everybody have a wonderful day, a great weekend, and I shall see you next week for more Trials and Trails in Eorzea. Take care.